Hi everybody, Kemi, I'm Olunloyo. I'm in Ibadan, Nigeria. The time right now is about 10:20 a.m. and the date is June 30th, 2018. Now, this video has been delayed quite a lot because I'm having problems with encoding on my laptop. So I decided to take it to my mobile phone. This is the video that's most anticipated. I don't know how long it's going to be, but it's a lot of information I'm going to give you here. It is a monetized video, and I could put all this in a book. Okay, I'm writing a book. I just haven't been able to go back to the writing. It's very traumatic for me because of my prison experience. But I could put it in a book, I could put it in a blog. But I decided to monetize it on YouTube. Okay, I didn't have to tell you that, but I'm telling you that now. I'm going to tell you as much as possible, and I'm also going to blog it because I'm going to start a new blog today. I haven't blogged for 2.5 years. Some of you actually think I'm blogging. I'm a journalist. I'm also a blogger. I became a journalist before I became a professional blogger. A professional blogger is somebody that blogs and they're also a journalist or a reporter. A regular blogger is Linda KG. Now, at the end of the day, the stuff you're going to hear on here, listen very carefully because I can kill your data. I can take this video to 2 hours. So if you want to get the facts out of this video, okay, don't cut my information, okay, and then place it on your blogs and all your Instagrams and all that. What you do is you take a screenshot and send people here. If you have a blog, you take the word embed and embed it into your blog so that people can watch. All right? There's certain things I'm going to say here that are very critical. They're very, very critical. Okay? And don't you open your mouth and tell me, oh, you could be arrested again. No, no, no. These are things that are shocking that you should know. All right? Now, I'm going to address Christianity and I'm going to address Islam. I'm going to address everything that's going on with me because I've read every comment on social media this week about my conversion. I have read all the comments, the Christian comments, the Muslim comments, the Christian messages, the Muslim messages. I've seen them all. I've read them on other people's blogs and stuff. Right now, I'm actually fighting with Eniola Badmus, that fat actress, that comedian actress. She threatened me. She said she's from Shogunle, and I can't intimidate her like I'm intimidating other celebrities. No, I didn't intimidate her. I caught her commenting on me on Daddy Free's page, saying that I'm lost. Because she's Muslim and I converted to Muslim, I'm lost. Really? Oh, I've seen that a lot today. I've seen it yesterday. I've seen it the day before from Christians saying that I'm confused. I'm not confused. I'm the smartest and the most intelligent. Most of you are smart, but not intelligent. I'm the smartest and most intelligent woman in Nigeria. I'm not confused. And if you think I just joined Islam, or because I said I'm converting, I'm not doing Islam. I've always practiced Islam. My grandmother's Muslim. She was 102 years old when she died. I lived with her for a good 2.5 years because she lived near my school. And I had to travel from University of Ibadan all the way to Okado. And then I get asthma. And if you know St. Teresa's, you know when you get to the gate, your job just started. You walk all the way up the hill before you get to the classrooms. And by the time I get there, I'm sick. And the principal would call my dad at the Ministry of Education. My father was the commissioner for education. And they'll come pick me up by 10:30. That's it. School ends at 2. 10:30, I'm already sick. So I used to live with my grandmother. I learned the principle of Islam, all the principles. She taught me how to pray. She taught me Arabic. Yeah, I can read Arabic and I can write Arabic. I've always wanted to live in an Arabic country like Bahrain, like Doha, Qatar, and work for Al Jazeera, okay, or work for Al Arabiya, or visit Dubai. I haven't been to any of those countries. I've never been to the UAE, but it's a dream. Or even go to Hajj in Saudi Arabia. I'm not going to Hajj anytime soon. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not a traditional Muslim. I was never a traditional Christian. There were times when I just sat in my house, I prayed to my God, and I watched TV. If I want to watch Adeboye, I'll watch him on TV. Oyedekbo, he's on TV. Daystar, Adeyemi is on TV. Ibiyomi, he's on TV. Chibuzo, OPM, he's on TV. Every pastor's on TV. If I want to watch my Catholic masses, ETWN is there. Eternal World Television, the Catholic TV is there. Dove TV. If I want to watch Islam, okay, I can watch Islamic TV on Go TV, DSTV. I can watch Peace TV on Play. And that's what I'm watching now, actually. I can watch any kind of stuff on TV that has to do with religion. And let me remind you, religion is the biggest lie to mankind. I've always said religion is the biggest lie to mankind. Immigration is the second biggest lie. And the third biggest lie to mankind is currency. Why do we say we are religious? We're Christian, we're Muslim, we're Hindu, we're Buddhist. The Buddhists, they worship a statue with a fat stomach. The Hindus, they worship a cow. So they wouldn't eat a cow. What they'll eat is anything that's not a cow. They're vegetarian. You need to know these things. I'm very intelligent. My IQ is 207. If you don't know that, I'm actually more intelligent than Einstein. Half of the stuff I've seen in my life, Einstein never saw. He died in the 60s. He didn't even see a CD, let alone social media, let alone the space shuttle program. So don't let's go there. So if I tell you I'm smarter and I'm more intelligent than Einstein, he did quantum physics. Everything he did is gone. The Concorde exploded. They're gone. Nobody has a Concorde anymore, no airline. Even the space shuttles exploded. America doesn't have a space shuttle program anymore. So don't lecture me about Einstein, quantum physics, and all that. They're new things that we have become able to do, and they didn't do. On the other hand, I've always said immigration was the second biggest lie. The Garden of Eden that the Christians have in the Bible. What did God tell Adam and Eve? Not to go to that section or this section. No, God said, don't touch that tree. There was a tree and there were fruits on it. That tree. He said you can go anywhere in this garden, eat anything you want, but not that tree. That's all God said in the Bible. But today we have immigration. You can't come to my country unless you get a paperwork, a visa. You can't come to my border because you have asylum. They want to kill you in your country and you want to get asylum. It has gone against everything that God preached. Everybody should be able to visit everybody's country. In 1975, I visited a lot of countries with my parents. We were able to get to everywhere. Tokyo, Japan, Singapore, everywhere. And now Nigeria can't get into London. You have to have a visa. We used to get into England 6 months, free visa. Nigeria can't get into this, that. We used to go anywhere we wanted. But today is visas. Today is travel bans. Okay, Muslim countries. I think it's 5 or 6. 2 of our countries on that travel ban from America. Donald Trump said if you're from Libya and Somalia, you can't come into America from those countries. That's why I said immigration is the biggest lie, second biggest lie to mankind. If you go to Canada now, a lot of the Somalians are inside Canada. Many of them fled there from their war. And they went to Edmonton. Edmonton is in Alberta. There's a lot of deaths in Alberta, drug-related violence, and it's always the Somalian kids. The ones in Toronto, they'll tell their parents, bye, I'm going to Edmonton to find a job. That's where the oil is in Alberta. So they think they're going to get good oil jobs. No, they're going to sell drugs. And many of them dead. The police will come back and tell their parents. So many things with the Somalian community in Minnesota, USA, Minneapolis, Minnesota, USA, and Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. So you think about this, you say, oh, they came in from war-torn countries. But these kids came in as babies, as little kids with their parents, and they discovered the Western world. So Somalis have been stereotyped so bad. The country is going through a lot, and it will continue going through that. We haven't seen change yet. They have a terrorist group there, a major terrorist group, Al-Shabaab. Al-Shabaab has killed a lot of people, and they've even entered Kenya. They've entered Kenya, they've gone into Nairobi, and they've killed people. We remember what they did at the Westgate Mall in Nairobi. Scared me, because Nairobi is not somewhere that you're supposed to be scared to go. It's a modern country. So, at the end of the day, everybody knows that. But one president, Donald Trump, says you can't come into our country. So why is it the biggest lie of mankind? Look at what's going on in Canada now. The Canadian immigration minister that deported me and said I was a flight risk and even jailed me for 1 week in a prison, in a maximum prison, so I wouldn't escape to America. That person has been replaced by the new government. And the new immigration minister, for Canada happens to be a Somalian. Yeah, go and Google it. A Somalian is immigration minister for Canada. Okay. The third is currency, biggest lie to mankind. Nigerian naira, 367 on the dollar, 480 on the pound, this one, that one. Currency should be 1 to 1. At one time, it was 0.5 to 1 naira. We were higher than the dollar, the pound, and everybody. There was no euro in those days. At the end of the day, today, the naira is devalued. Everyone's currency should be equal to the other. And that's what I mean by the biggest lies to mankind: religion, immigration, and currency. Let's bring that back to why I'm doing this video. I'm doing this video because I want to make you intelligent, because most of you are smart, but not intelligent. So listen to me carefully. This week I announced that I wanted to be converted to a Muslim. I didn't say I was Muslim. I didn't say I'm already Muslim. I said I'm going to be converting soon. I did that to tease you to actually see what you would say. And before I could open my mouth again, comments everywhere. Who's just confused? Who's confused? All the Christians were saying I'm confused. You know what? Nigerians, I don't want to classify all of you as one and the same. I'm going to say Christians on social media, and I'm going to say Muslims on social media. Because on the ground, I don't talk to anybody. I keep to myself. In Ibadan, I walk around Ibadan, I go do things. The people that know me, they don't come to me. They're scared that I'm going to attack them or scream on them. They're fools. That's why I don't like Ibadan people. Those that don't know me, they interact with me until I say, do you know me? I know. I'm Kemi Olunloyo. Oh, you're the lady. It really is annoying. But it's okay, because I don't want to be identified. I go to so many places, do so many things, and I see what people are doing. At the end of the day, I'm who I am. I'm still going to become the president of Nigeria one day. I know you're laughing. I'm still going to rule this country one day because of two people, a Christian and a Muslim, who told me. And both of them, coincidentally, were my neighbors. Lamidi Adedobu, the PDP strongman. Adedobu said one day you'll be president. He lived next to me in Malete. The house I live next door to now, Justice Kayode Esho, the Supreme Court Justice, said one day you'll be president. Both of them said it, and I know I'm still going to be president. I don't want to be all this governor stuff. Look at what's going on in Oyo State. Just look at the governor's race. There's no race. Everybody's like trying to be governor. 42 of them, they're fighting, they're moving to Obasanjo's whatever. They're coming back to APC. APC ordered police to, clear the butchers this week. The butchers exchange fire. The opposition is using it against Ajimabi. All this nonsense. When I already said I want to join the governor's race last August and put out real mandates on Instagram. Did you know that? Have you looked? I came out of prison first time, second time, third time. When I came out, did I say I wasn't running for governor anymore? No, I didn't. Some people are asking me, but not a lot. I'm just watching all of you. Remember, the 31st of August is the last day you can get a form. And if you're a woman, you don't have to pay for that form, nomination form, because they want women to be in politics. I haven't said anything yet. I may not run. One of the reasons I wanted to run is because I wanted to run as an independent. I don't like political parties, and they have not signed the independence bill. They've signed the Not Too Young to Run, but not the independent one. People are saying, can we join a party? Even if it's a little mushroom party, we'll vote for you. It can happen. It happened in Gambia, to Barrow. At the end of the day, you don't know what I'm going to be, but I'm going to tell you, by this August, all of you calling me names, abusing me, you will need me. Nigerian youth, all of you disrespecting me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, you will need me by this August. I already know where I'm going. You just don't know. Where am I going, you say? You think I'm going to be running as deputy governor or vice president of Nigeria, or I'm going to be Buhari's next communications and information minister? Do you know what I'm going to be? Do you think I'm going to be Buhari's next U.S. ambassador to Nigeria? I'm Nigerian ambassador to the U.S.? You don't know. I talk to my dad every day about different things. You don't know my power. You don't know the power of God. All you know is to basically abuse me on social media. And today, you'll hear a lot that you've never heard before. And I'm glad God gave me the opportunity here to say these things. I put out $250,000 on GoFundMe for people to donate to me. I have not taken that campaign to America and Canada yet. I did today. My friends in US and Canada, where are you? Donate something to me so I can get treated for PTSD. Donate something for me. I've put it out there. Maybe they'll see it. Maybe donations will start coming in. Once the funder contacted me and said, let's help you tweet your GoFundMe. We'll get you more donations from total strangers. Do you know one person can go to that GoFundMe and actually give me that $250,000? Have you seen what I wrote on GoFundMe? Have you seen my story? Have you seen my updates? No, you haven't, because you haven't bothered. And then you go on social media, especially Facebook. You come up, no one's going to give you money. You're rude, you're nasty, you're a liar, you're this, you yappy Linda Ikeji. Who is Linda Ikeji? Everything Linda Ikeji has can fall tomorrow, can fall today. Have you ever thought? Have you ever thought of what God can make you today or tomorrow? What if Linda Ikeji was in that traffic 2 days ago on that Otedola bridge? What would you say? Would she be here today? She'd be gone, perished. You talk as if everything's forever. You talk as if other people are above other people. Nobody's above nobody. As we sit down now, 9 people confirmed dead, others missing. Nigeria doesn't use the word missing. I'm a journalist, international. I'm the best journalist in the world. That's why you see me on CNN, RT, CBC, CTV, Al Jazeera. I'm the one they call. They don't call anybody. And I go. They call me on terrorism topics. All your other journalists don't want to go because they're scared. So what happens? They don't use the word missing here. Nigerian use burnt beyond recognition. Fuck the Nigerian media. All of you in the Nigerian media. Punch, Vanguard, Nation, everybody. If my family member or my child is in those cars and you say they were burnt beyond recognition, you can't recognize my child? America will take DNA. They'll scrape it off all those vehicles and they'll know who died. People were coming to Ibadan. Several people in buses. I used to take those buses because I love public transportation. And my people see me all the time in public transportation. And guess what? Many people lost people on the Ibadan side, coming in buses. They don't even know who was in what bus. But our government would tell you, burnt beyond recognition. That was a terrorist attack. Are you blind? Have you not seen the dash cam camera of somebody that released what they saw? Look at those 2 boys. Some people are saying they're Hausas. Some are saying they're Igbos. The stereotype is that they're Hausa boys. Those 2 young boys, you see them holding a rock, trying to put it on the tire because of the brake that's failed, right? Look at the one in the red, how he looked back, looking above his shoulder. That was a terrorist attack. It was a deliberate terrorist attack. And then they released the petrol. So all the cars in the back got all the petrol sliding towards their cars and they were all on fire like that. And you sit down there blaming the government for traffic enforcement, FRSC did this, break. Lagos people, shut the hell up. Your complaints are too much. That is why they took the capital to Abuja. And now all of you are living in Abuja, coming back to Lagos and complaining about your 6-hour traffics and everything. You hustlers. Yes, Lagos people. Open your eyes. Boko Haram has arrived in your city. And it's just the beginning. When I did these videos and these audios, and I'll post them, they're on Reverb Nation. reverbnation.com/HN Africa. How to prevent suicide bombers. How to prevent this, how to prevent that. How Boko Haram may be coming to Lagos. 2013 audios that I did. You were not ready. Safety audios. And an NPC trailer. A tanker almost blew up today. Another one in Lagos. Yesterday, Sule Jamina crashed. Open your eyes. You stupid Nigerians. Open your eyes. I wonder if anybody's watching this video from America. When Condoleezza Rice had to testify in front of Congress, I was a media professional inside that Congress, lying down on the floor like a lizard, videotaping and camera. That's how the media has to cover these congressional hearings. Condoleezza Rice stood up for the 911 hearings and said, we did not know they were going to use airplanes. They bombed the World Trade Center the year before, 2013 or something. I said 1997 or 98 or something. And then 3 years later, they came with the airplanes. She said we didn't know they were going to use airplanes. 2 airplanes finally bombed the place down. Wake up, Nigeria. They're going to use tankers to kill you. What happened in Sule Jamina yesterday was not just a tanker accident. They're probably using it to ram through places. When we're telling you in Europe to be careful of terrorists that came in from Syria into Germany, Merkel took all of them, all well and good, United Nations Refugee Program, but look at what they were doing. They were riding in trucks and lorries. You call it lorry, I call it trucks. And ramming people on the street. They did it in France, Nice. They did it in London, ramming people with cars, ramming buildings with airplanes. Now they're using tankers filled with petrol, and you haven't seen anything because you're dumb. You're Nigerians. You're smart, but you're not intelligent. Stay away. Don't tailgate tankers. Be careful. They have arrived, and they're going to use tankers to commit more terrorism. I went to prison for 6 months. I talked to every single criminal element, and I'm writing a book. They named all the politicians that sponsored them. I'm writing a book that will fall Nigeria. And my book, believe me, you don't know. Even if you kill me today, my book is still going to come out the week before the election. You're saying I want to use it to swing the election? Yes and no. At the end of the day, be careful, because there's only one God. Whether you call him God, Allah, whatever you call your God, he created you and he created me. That's the only person I'm worshiping. I'm not a traditional Muslim. You're not going to see me wearing hijabs all over the place or niqabs. If you see me wear hijab, maybe I'm going to the mosque. I don't go to the mosque every day, even with my grandmother. We prayed in the house 5 times a day with our beads. Face the east, pray. 7 p.m. in the evening, or when the sun goes down. 5 a.m. this morning, I've already prayed. Because I live next to a mosque. Everything the imam is saying, the call to prayer, everything's right here. We're doing it together. To open the gates of this house and go out into the mosque could be your opening gate for a terrorist or an armed robber to enter your compound. So I'm doing it right in here. 12 noon, I might go to the mosque. Depends on what mosque I'm going to. I'm a public figure. I don't want autographs, selfies, any of that bullshit when I'm going to pray to God. When I'm going to serve Allah, I don't want any distractions. I knew Allah since I was a kid, 10. I know what my grandmother taught me. None of the other children knew it. I did. I lived with her. You cannot take that from me. And that's why my father has been telling all the bullshitters calling him, Kemi's already a Muslim Catholic or Catholic-Muslim. Every girl that went to St. Teresa's, almost 99% were Muslims in that school. And they were in a Catholic school. The name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Lamb of God, have mercy on us, grant us peace. Yes. But I got prison, I was Catholic. I came out 30 days in Port Harcourt just for my next court date. And Pastor Biomi dropped my case. Now, let me tell you why I left Christianity. Like I said, I have been a Christian. When I was born, 0 to 8 years old, I was probably an Anglican. Going to St. David's Church, Kudeti Ibadan, where my mother goes every Sunday. The Olunloyo family church, Abodere, Are, big names. Adenuga, name it. When somebody turns 80, 100, big birthdays, they'll go to a service. They have to do a service before their birthday party. When somebody has a baby, when they marry, at church. And then everybody heads to the hall. Oh, I'm there. Half of the people in that church are evil. Yeah, St. David's. Many of you are evil in that church. I'm saying it right to your face. That's why I don't come there. I always said, if I ever get married, never in that church. Now, people are dying and they don't even want to be buried at St. David's Church anymore. Look at Wale Abodere, former director of Punch, chairman. We're all shocked that Wally was buried in Ikoyi instead of the family church. You drive into Kudeti, you'll see all the graveyards, Aboderin, Mrs. Aboderin, Madame Aboderin, all the Aboderins are there. Even Olu Aboderin, the person that found the punch, his father is there. They didn't bring him to Ibadan. And I can guess why. No one celebrated us. They don't celebrate us because we're successful and all that. Within the church, hate. Rest in peace, Wally. Angela is now the chairman, and Wumi, two dynamic women. We're related. Family relatives, you know. I remember when Wally called me and said, "Who's this Tokumbo Abodere?" You know Tokumbo Abodere, the fat elephant in Ireland, that blogger elephant, the one that said my father had sex with me and that my mother threw a baby that the house girl had for my dad into the well, and that my children were taken away from me for sexual abuse. You remember that time, 2016? And then she came later on to apologize that she said it just to revenge because I called Jide Kosoko a ritualist, which I didn't. I just said Jide Kosoko must be investigated for the death of his wife. How do you make up that kind of stuff and hurt an entire family? And then you go out and say you're a family member. Tokumbo is not a family member. She tweeted 2 years before that she was my father's girlfriend at the Ministry of Works. And I kept the tweet. I brought it out and disgraced her in an audio. After disgracing her, everybody came out from Ireland, said she's done it to me, so she's done it to me. Lies. She's running a gang over there, on my way, one of those gangs. She's running something there. With all kinds of useless women. She's not even an Abodere, Tokumbo Ashamu. I remember when Wally called me, asking me who it is. Rest in peace, Wally Abodere, my real cousin, Angela Abodere. Who did so much for us in secondary school. And my sister, she went to Queen's School Ibadan. Very dynamic woman, head of the Parents Autistic Association. I got one that's autistic. Angela has one too. She's now the chairman of Punch. Angela, if you're watching, I hope you just revamp that newspaper. Because some of you out there in the Punch need some spanking. How can you put in the paper that my father's son was arraigned for 40 million naira fraud when it was his nephew? Kemi Olunloyo's brother arraigned for fraud. All the shenanigans going on in Punch is going to end now because a woman is going to be running the show. She's the one that did the story of my son's autism during Autism Day in 2013, I believe. Wumi, number 2 at Punch. Wumi Abodere. Of course, you guys know Wumi Obe, the singer. Tunde Wumi Obe. That's her. Very dynamic woman. Shout out to her. She and Angela. Let me call them Abodere for now. Angela Abodere and Wumi Abodere are running Punch. And after that, it'll be their children by the grace of God. But they will stay as long as 110 years old to run that paper. Punch is the #1 paper in Nigeria. It's the leading daily. That's why everybody that wrote my story, I told them, don't go with the blogs. Go with Punch. Chukwudi Akasiske or something like that, one Port Harcourt reporter, is the one that did the story of my arrest. And he kept a very nice archive. Femi Atoyebi, you're in trouble with me anyway. That's the Ibadan correspondent. Atoyebi was supposed to come and do an interview with my dad on his birthday, something with me and my dad. Didn't call, didn't show up, nothing. Femi, you're slipping. They should fire you and replace you with a new Ibadan reporter. The same thing that TVC did. Fire that Ibadan TVC reporter. They didn't rehire anybody else. Probably don't need anybody here. If I want that job, I'll go out to Andrew and Morayo and tell them, make me the Ibadan reporter for TVC. TVC is friends with HNN Africa. Okay. 30 minutes of wasting your data. You needed to hear it. Now let's go to Salvation Ministry. Leila Ijoma, I'm calling you out in this video. By calling you out, people are going to go search you and go to your blog. You'll get followers. But stop the bullshit. Stop writing like Linda Ikeji. Linda used to do that rubbish. Don't follow that trend. Don't put a headline that will grab people to post comments on your blog. I posted a video this morning saying that I'm going to go live on YouTube. Like I said, I'm late because I don't have a very good encoder on my laptop. That's why I switched to my phone, mobile. My Techno phone, Phantom 8. 64 gigs. Thank you, Techno. I get things from different people. Thank you, Smile, for all those free gigs, 30 gigs or something like that. Look, this thing, Smile. MTN, thanks for the other phone. Is it because I don't talk? All these companies give me freebies and things for my work. You can't pay me to endorse shit. I just tell you what I like. Go ask Earpiece. Carry me from Port Harcourt to Lagos for court. Back and forth. They saw me arrested first time, second time, third time. They brought me home in style. First time. Second time. The third time was it. The whole plane was eating continental breakfast in a box. I had a hot tray, especially from Mr. Onyema, Alan Onyema, the CEO. Beautiful airline. I've endorsed Earpiece all over. They even gave me a free ticket to go to Abuja for my birthday last year, because I've never been to Abuja. I still have that ticket. Never been to Abuja because I don't have any business there, and I lived abroad most of my life, so I've never seen the nation's capital. I'm not even interested now after all the bombings over the Nyanya shooting and all the shenanigans going on in the National Assembly. That's the only thing that would take me there, to testify at the National Assembly for something. But I'm not interested in the Nigerian government anymore. At the end of the day, Earpiece will tell you. They'll tweet me, Kemi, thank you so much for your endorsement. They got people there. They have people there who are the ambassadors. What are they doing? I don't know. But you can't pay me to endorse anything. Schweppes, the Novida thing I did last week. You think they gave me millions? I only say good things about things I like. But you have people like Eniola Badmus, this fat elephant, who gets on Daddy Free's page saying that I'm lost. Then she tells me she's from Shogun. Then she's threatening me and telling me, Auntie Kemi, go home. The earth is already crowded. Do you know what she just said? That I should leave this earth, commit suicide that you want to commit because of your PTSD, your health. Suicidal. And the earth is crowded? You said that to me? And you're like, Badmus, I'm a prophet and I have ESP. Very strong ESP. I've predicted 19 things in my lifetime and 6 in Nigeria that came true. And you're like, Badmus, may you die before me. Amen. May you die before me for saying that I should go home. The earth is too crowded. You will die before me. Remember what Angela Corey said, that I will die prematurely? As soon as she said that, look what happened to her on her birthday. The armed robbers had her and they were about to shoot her in the head. She escaped. She escaped, and I responded to her. I said, that's what happens when you tell me that I'm going to die prematurely because I exposed you of getting money from Yaya Jammeh, the Gambian dictator who didn't want to leave. Eniola, you will die before me. Amen. That's why I am protesting everything non-mobile. I have used a lot of Etisalat. You know when I need data or I need a phone or I need something, I ask companies what I need. You know what I mean? When I asked Earpiece, I'm going home, the case is over. Oh, we saw it in the news. Auntie Kemi, congratulations. I need a free ticket to get to Lagos. Earpiece had no problem. They had my ticket ready. They served me a surprise breakfast, hot breakfast. The whole plane was looking at me. You can see it all on Instagram. Sheon, thank you for all what you do at Smile. Sheon, I need 30 gigs. I need 10 gigs. I need 20 gigs. I want to cover this, cover that. Since 2015, I need to cover the election. All I do is ask. Sheon said, Auntie Kemi, let me ask my regional manager. Regional managers. Say, Kemi Olunloyo, the lady on the internet, she needs a lot of data. Give it to her. That's all. Anything I want, I can get. But I've never asked it to sell it for free data or free phone. And they've become 9mobile. I've never asked 9mobile for anything. But I spend my money on 9mobile because I always like to have it. The Etisalat cables that are still running. It's fast. If you've ever been to certain parts of the country, you'll know they don't have certain things. Have you been to Oshogbo? When I went to Rave FM in Oshogbo, what happened to me there was monumental. I was in a very posh hotel that Femi put me in. Femi Adefela, the owner of the station. I had to be on a show there, a program. Femi, by the way, thank you for all your kindness and having me on your shows. And the youth of Oshun love me. I don't know, one side of Oyo State just loves me, because when I left, it was not Oshun, it was all Oyo State. Those kids in that Iwo, Oshogbo, they all love me there. And I've promised I'll do something there with them. A town hall meeting, teach them blogging for free, something, because they deserve it. But they're a different state now, it doesn't matter. But when I got to that hotel, very posh hotel, God, I wanted to give them that free ad right now, and I forgot the name of the hotel, something Suites. It was very nice. I discovered that my Wi-Fi didn't work. There was no Smile in Oshogbo. MTN, my 4G was very slow. Airtel was what was working there, and Etisalat at 9 Mobile. The hotel had Wi-Fi, so I started to use the hotel Wi-Fi, which was not very fast either. So I was kind of switching between the hotel and my MTN. Beautiful city. Aregbe did a lot there. As much as they criticized him, as much as I hate APC and some of the antics in some of the states, there's some governors who did some things. You might have owed salary and all that, which is not good. But Aregbe did quite a lot in infrastructure. The place is modern. But at the end of the roads, man, very good. At the end of the day, I don't know how they didn't do anything about the Wi-Fi and all that. Maybe because I live in Ibadan. Ibadan's full of hills. Okay, area, okay. This, if you come to Ibadan, okay, everybody, you'll see a satellite dish. You'll see all these towers. You know, all the tower companies come here, but not much of that in Oshogbo. So I was very frustrated about the Wi-Fi and everything. So I quickly went to buy an Etisalat SIM outside. In iMobile SIM. I spent a lot of money, it's just like millions. And then now I said, let me use it because I'm here. It's important to know. And what do I get? I get Eniola Badmus, their ambassador, telling me I'm lost because I'm a Muslim. You know, some Muslims don't even want me to be a Muslim. Christians are pissed off. Some Muslims. And then she came back to say she's not bashing, she's not saying lost because of Islam. I said, I know that. You're saying I'm lost. What happened to her is that I caught her in 3,000 comments, because she doesn't know I love reading comments. Comments are very important. Some of you tell me, why do you reply all these comments? Why do you reply? I reply because I'm a social media expert. I'm the #1 lady on social media in Africa. And you must engage on social media. You must engage on social media. That's what it's about. I make money from social media. I know what I make when I see your comments on my page. I make money from comments. I make money from this and that. Even though I'm not working right now, I'm on medical leave because I'm suffering what you cannot imagine. Let me tell you something. At the end of the day, go to your Facebook page now and try to see your notifications. You'll see something there now, a new thing. You have 40 comments that you have not replied. That's a notification from Facebook. They want you to reply 40 comments. See that? I've always said that you have to engage people. But I'm not going to reply 40 comments. I'll reply who I need to reply. Now, Eniola Badmus, you must apologize. She tweeted me yesterday, why am I tagging 9 Mobile? Some of her fans say, why am I dragging 9 Mobile to it? They're illiterates. They don't know how sponsorships work. Remember, anytime I tell you I grew up in America, I wasn't raised there. My parents were at home. They didn't raise me in America. I raised myself on the streets, something that most of you can't do. When I came home from Canada, deported, all of you were begging me, please, I want to leave my NYSC. I don't like this place. Many of you posted to Borno State were begging me so that they can move you from Borno, Adamawa, Yobe, because of terrorism. You know why you were begging me? You were begging me because, of course, they knew that the head of the NYSC, okay, was somebody I knew very well. Even your parents were begging me. You can't even survive. You'll be crying, Mom, you bring me this, bring me that. I grew up in the rough streets of America. And those streets, I survived it. So when I say I grew up in America, or I went to school in America, or I'm something from America, or I say I'm US trained, or I say I have 3 first-class degrees from America. Or you see American flag sitting next to my name, Madam KOO, before the Nigerian flag. That's the country that I love the most. That's the country that gave me everything I have. Yeah, I paid for school, but they gave me the opportunity to be able to go to school. 80 years ago, blacks couldn't even go to school. Blacks couldn't do many things in America. I got the opportunity. I love Donald Trump. No matter what anybody says, you have a right to love whoever. One day I want to become a U.S. citizen and go to Congress. A 25-year-old and a waitress became a congresswoman this week in New York. Who can say, go and see her. You sit down there doing yahoo, abusing people on social media, complaining about SARS, all this bullshit. Not ready to not ready to do anything with your life. I announced I was going to do free blogging for 250 people. Before I could even get anything, 7,000 people wanted free. Everything is free, right? Blogging is 30,000. Kemi Olunloyo, the leading blogger that will teach you. Before I knew it, everyone started insulting me because I said Linda Ikeji wasn't pregnant. I know what I say when I say it. I just canceled everything. Let Linda Ikeji teach you all blogging. She'll never teach you. She'll teach you blogging so you can know her secrets to making money. And then when I tried to teach a few women blogging, what did they do in my group, my WhatsApp group? They were fighting. One of them was disrespecting me. I just closed the whole group. No WhatsApp group anymore. I'm not even on WhatsApp anymore. The phone number I gave to give you a line of communication, I canceled it. Celebrities don't give you a line of communication in Nigeria. They don't. Celebrities don't do that. I did it. You took advantage of it. You abused it. No more. People are calling me from America and London. Kemi, why are you giving them free stuff? Even your YouTube channel, you should make them pay to watch it. Look at Bobrisky. He's making people pay to see his snaps. Very soon I'll be doing that, believe me. I just have to get to certain numbers, and then you'll be paying to see everything I do. And if you're not paying, you're going to be getting monetized big time, like I'm doing this video. Appreciate what you have before you lose it, because you're going to lose me. I'm leaving Nigeria any day, any week, any month. But when I leave, you'll see me on the other side. I will never communicate with anybody in this country anymore. Some people are already dead. What's wrong with HN in Africa? We don't see you there anymore. That's just the beginning. I'm on medical leave. HN in Africa on Instagram stopped a month ago, May 28th. I'm on medical leave, and I'm at Kemi Olunloyo. I made it private. I don't want crowds. I want 3,000 people in there. It's already 4,000. I made it public because I wanted people to comment about my religion conversion. And at the end of the day, I achieved what I wanted. I heard your minds. Christians, I'm not confused. Okay? You don't know what I was before I went to Biomi's church. Open your eyes. Before I went to Salvation Ministry, today you need to go and watch that testimony. The testimony in Salvation Ministry was edited. Don't watch it anywhere else. Just go watch it at Salvation Ministry. There were parts you did not see. We had a script, something I was supposed to say on that podium, and I did not say it all. I changed the script. No one had an idea that I was going to change the script. So go look at it properly. I didn't go there to confess anything. I didn't even go there to apologize for anything. I didn't do anything wrong. Go and look at the video. My name is Kemi Olunloyo. I came to do a testimony. Don't let the devil use you. Somebody sent me information about a genuine man of God, saying that he had given a car to Iyabojo, and that the car had been given to Yabo's PA. The man of God signed an affidavit that he did not know Yabo. I've never said what I'm saying here now. Pastor Biomi signed a police affidavit that he does not know Iyabojo. Iyabojo signed the same thing that he does not know Pastor Biomi. And they both said they did not give each other a car or received a car. And the person in the letter said, it is our car. We are the congregation. We donated it to the church. It's in Yaba's garage, and now it's in the PA's garage. And the person told me, go to Yaba's page, you'll see the car. I saw a car. I don't know whose car it is. Until you give me the papers, I can't verify anything. I'm a reporter. I'm an investigative reporter. I want to know whose car it is. Go to the PA's page. You'll see it now. And the PA was accepting a car from a gift from her boss. Everything was there. But I still can't say it was your car from the church congregation. So as a reporter, I have to contact the newsmakers. I have to contact the pastor. I have to contact Yaba. I contacted Yaba 5 times. Yaba read all my messages on Instagram. She did not reply me. She didn't have to reply me. If her lawyer tells her not to reply me, she does not have to reply a reporter. But she replied the police. She signed an affidavit. She answered them. That's why I said Yabo had something to hide. On the church side, I contacted the church. Nobody picked up. But other journalists did, and they were cursed, and they called me. But before I could contact the church again, someone called me. That person said they were the pastor. Today, I now know that it was not Pastor Ibiyomi that called me, because I know Pastor Ibiyomi's voice now. Whoever called me called from Salvation Ministry, acting like they were the pastor. We're going to sue you. People are begging us not to sue you. Everything they said happened. At the end of the day, on March 14, 2017, my house was surrounded by police. They almost broke down the gate. They were banging it so hard. My sister went there, the former special advisor from Olunloyo. She opened the gate, and the first thing is the SARS officers grabbed her phone off her hands. They thought it was me, but they didn't know it wasn't me. She's tall as well. They said they want to talk to me. My mom said they can't enter the house and that she has to see a warrant, and she was going to wake me up. I just finished a night shift. They called me. And my mom said, the police is out. They said, you wrote something about someone, and they complained. They said it's a non-criminal matter. That's what my mother said to me. That's what was told to her. Non-criminal matter. The federal SARS were outside surrounding my house. Everywhere. The tank, the farm, everywhere. I brushed my teeth. I grabbed a bottle of Zobo. I didn't take my meds. I didn't change to my nightgown. I just wore some trousers and I followed them. They said they want to invite me for questioning at Yagonku police station, CID. I followed them. Non-criminal matter. I said, let me see that file. I saw the file. I said, Pastor David Ibiyomi. When I looked at the petition, there were almost 30 blogs on there. A lot of bloggers. Niche.com, you were on there. Nairaland was on there. Everybody that wrote that story. It was not a story. It was actually a news tip that I posted. The first page of 8 pages. Nobody knew it was 8 pages. I just posted the first page. What did I write on the top? I just received this letter from a member of Salvation Ministry saying that they're missing a car. And then the rest of the rants had an affair, this, that, adultery. That's what the person wrote. So with that posted, in America, you're supposed to post a news tape and look for witnesses. I did everything I was supposed to do. I used the non-affirmative word, allegedly. They post allegations that he gave her a car, allegations, allegedly. I used it, everything, because I was ready for this trial. I would have won this trial, and I had already won the federal trial. The federal trial had been thrown out, and the magistrate was still going on. But unfortunately, guess what? Maybe I should stop here, because this should be in a book. That way you can buy the book, and I can raise money for my PTSD. Don't you think? Because many of you are ungrateful bastards. You call me beggar. You call me names. You haven't donated, but you want to get my content free. Let's stop the video now, and let me just put it in a book. That way I can make money. I have enough money for my medical fees. Dubai Healthcare City said, Kemi, it's going to cost you $400,000 for a year of rehabilitation for PTSD. I don't have it. I'll raise $250,000, and then I'll go to America to a rehab center in Texas or Connecticut. They have good ones there. The nightmares are too much for me. I dream every night of me being executed in Port Harcourt prison, scream. I want to kill myself in the middle of it, and I take my own life because there's nothing else left. I am frustrated. I see nightmares of everything. In 1984, I had second-degree burns to my entire face in a chemical accident. I remember that. It comes back. In 2010, I was struck by lightning in Canada. I lived. In 2018, I was struck by lightning again. I defibrillated my own heart. I lived. In 1978, I was almost raped on Ikorodu during the Alimos Go riot when the car burst into flames. When the rioters attacked my brother became brain damaged. A man rescued me. They tore clothes off all of us. Naked, carried me away into his house. His wife took care of me. They took me to the hospital. The room I lie down in was the room where Mrs. Olunloyo Kuti died in. The same bed. So if you think I'm an activist, that's where I got the activism from. I slept in the bed that Olunloyo Ransom Kuti died in. Go and ask Yeni, Femi, and Sheon. They'll tell you. That woman was not an ordinary woman. She was a spirit, and she was a spirit of Nigeria. And that spirit is haunting Nigeria now. And that's the reason why all these things are happening, all these tragedies. And I've said it on the 40th anniversary of Mrs. Kuti's death, April 13th, 1978. April 13th, 2018. I was the only one, like every year as I do it, that remembered her. No media, no newspaper, nobody remembered Mrs. Kuti because they were under orders. Every year, Obasanjo tells them not to do anything about her. So if Obasanjo gives instructions, nobody did anything about Mrs. Kuti's 40th anniversary. And you want Nigeria to survive all these curses? Pray for Nigeria. No prayers can work for Nigeria until you apologize to Mrs. Kuti. Until you apologize to the Kuti family. You try to put her on your money, your 5,000 naira laundered money. The family said no. Better start apologizing. On the day, one of our leaders, Jonathan was going to apologize. Obasanjo said, if you dare do it, you will not be president again. We know this truth. President Obasanjo, are you watching? If you dare. Buhari hasn't apologized. He did June 12th. President Buhari, if you're watching my video, if you decide to give Mrs. Olunloyo Kuti a G-Con and apologize to the family, watch how you'll win 2019 easily and how all the tragedy in Nigeria will stop. Mrs. Olunloyo Kuti is a spirit. I slept on her bed. The activism inside me, I fight for people, but I can no longer fight for Nigerians because they arrested me 3 times on behalf of a pastor. I suffered in Port Harcourt prison. I suffered in Port Harcourt prison. Ibrahim Idris, IG, you authorized them to come here and tie me up and take me to 8 states to Port Harcourt. You saw the headline on this day. You guys suffered me. I want to sue the federal government of Nigeria for what I went through. Folari, I told you, tell your father, I'm going to see him soon. Femi Falana will represent me because my human rights were violated by the federal government. Even if Pastor Ebiomi said I defamed him, what the police should have done is to invite me for questioning and ask me who posted this, where did you get it from? As a journalist, I still have the right to protect the source. You must protect the source. It's an ethics of journalism. If you tell me you saw a shooting and the shooter, am I supposed to tell your name? No, I must protect the source. The source that sent me this letter from Salvation Ministry did not use their real name. They used a real account, a fake account to send what can be potentially real information. At the same time, I have seen a lot inside Salvation Ministry. Salvation Ministry led me away from Christianity. Guys, wake up. I didn't just go out shopping for a religion. Now you've heard that I've been in the Muslim faith since I was a kid. I know everything about the Muslim faith. So to the Muslims who are all over me, I'm not responding to you, because that's the same way I did in Salvation Ministry. When I became born again, it didn't happen in that church. It happened first in the prison. If you guys really focus, that's why I said you're smart, but you're not intelligent. If you focus, you remember I was released June 5th, 2017, and I said I married Jesus in prison, and that made all the headlines. I got born again in the prison because they called us, if you want to born again. That's a prison thing. So when Pastor Ebiomi met with me in his office and said, you want to give your life to Christ? I said, I already did, but I would like you to do it again. But that one was televised. So you guys said, oh, she was born again. So I got you Christians opening your filthy fucking mouths telling me that it's not your business because I became Muslim. Who cares? She's a Confucianist. She's confused. I'm not confused. Who cares? It's a private thing. You don't need to tell us. I need to tell you, because in Christianity, you guys drag people to your altar to come and give their lives to Christ. Don't you know that's a private thing too? No. But telling people that I changed to Islam is private and you don't want to hear it, I'm confused. No. You do it all the time, Christians. Stop lying. If you want to give your life to Christ, come to the front now. Don't you think that's supposed to be a private thing? You do it in the middle of a live service. So don't tell me. Don't tell me that I'm confused. I know what I want. I want the right path to God. Islam is a religion of peace. MashaAllah. 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 When I finished being born again at Salvation Ministry, after that service, everybody wanted a photo or this or that. Then they started calling me, Kemi this, Kemi that. Hey, Kemi, I want to sit next to you in church now. I started seeing the devil inside the church. The people that didn't like me. Oh, many of the ushers were great. The ushers are real people, billionaires, lots of important people. They don't sit down and be doing church. They're the ones ushering people inside, ushering the poor people and the sick, which I like. Ankyo Briggs, you know her, the Niger Delta woman. Google her, Wikipedia, Ankyo Briggs, the woman fighting for the cleanup of that Ogoni site. She's an usher at the church. The doctors are in the medical team. Accountants and big professionals are going in the prison. The lawyers are giving free lawyer care in the prison. The doctors and the nurses are giving medical care free in the prison. David Ibiomi is running a ministry like no other. A lot of people have ministries. They have prison ministries, health ministries, this one, that one. Ibiomi has it all. Salvation TV, Salvation Radio, Salvation Magazine. He's got an empire that's worth over 250 billion naira. Yeah, sue Ibiomi, sue him if he wins. If you win, sue everybody. I could do that, but God didn't want me to sue Ibiomi. It was not God's plan. Ibiomi didn't know that I had 8 pages from someone who I believe is in that church. After my testimony, on the day I met Ibiomi, he held my hands. I was having a bad asthma attack, and I was supposed to stop at a chemist. The people I went to the church with were in a rush, and we couldn't wait. So I just told them, it's okay, I'll use my inhaler. I actually needed some drugs for my asthma. Came in there. By the time I met him in his office, when he held my hand, angels flying, my eyes closed praying, my asthma vanished. 6 months, no asthma. January 16th. June 16th. 6 months, no asthma. Yanni Kuti said it's sorcery. Some people say it's sorcery. To me, it's not. Ibiomi is a genuine man of God. You don't find a lot of them like that. So I saw an angle to that. People who want him destroyed in that church. The destruction that they want Pastor Ibiomi to have starts from that church, not even from the outside. Pastor Ibiomi preached at 5 Nights of Glory and said, when Kemi came here, okay, because they call him Papa, I don't call him Papa because that's what I call my own father. But they call him Papa. I said, when my daughter Kemi came here, he's 55. I'm 53. He has a right to say my daughter because that's how he sees all of us. To apologize for letting the devil use her. Some men of God were not happy. You know, guys, that's what he said. There were men of God in that congregation during the 5 nights of glory. Go get the CDs. Very cheap. 5 CDs, 1,200. You can get it. I have them. When he said that, it shocked people. But it's not a shock. Many of you always pitch the pastors against each other. Oh, Chibuzo, OPM, doesn't like Ibiomi. Ibiomi doesn't like Chibuzo. They're always yapping each other back and forth in subliminal messages. You know what? Leave those pastors alone. You're the problem. You are the problem. All of you. You call yourselves Christians. When I met with Pastor Ibiomi, he told me right into my face. He looked into my face and said, I don't know Yabojo. Never met her, never seen her. I don't know who it is. So I can understand why they want to use her. For the first time in history, I'm going to mention this now. So pay attention, bloggers, because of your stupid writing. The 8-page letter that I got is in a very secure place. It is not in my house. It is not printed in my whatever. It is printed for Pastor Ibiomi, and I left it for him. I gave it to him. It's in Port Harcourt. Somewhere in his office, in his house, he has a copy. The 8 messages. He's the only one that can know who wrote it. Shocked he was. They set me up. That's what he said. They used me as a journalist, a good journalist. In the letter, they even said, oh, we tried to bring this out in 2014, but Yabo paid for it so that journalists wouldn't publish it. Can I verify that? No, I couldn't. I didn't have a chance to even investigate what they arrested me for. So that's the mistake that the police made. Justin, the IPO, the Federal SARS IPO, the investigative officer, he apologized to me and begged me for what I went through. Yeah. He even asked me for my account number. I didn't bother to give it to him anymore. I hear a lot of you are being extorted by SARS for your account number. Well, here's the SARS officer, Federal IGP Monitoring Unit, who wanted to send me money. I just didn't want the money. He felt guilty. He saw the headline in the Punch. He saw the headline, 14 police officers with AK-47. He saw everything, just in his human being. At the end of the day, he apologized to me for what I went through. What he should have done was supposed to invite me and ask me questions in front of my lawyer. Who gave you this stuff? Did you receive it? And I would have said, I received this from an anonymous tipster, and I'm just doing my job. Instead, they said I wrote it. Instead, bloggers carried it. Kemi accuses Ibiomi of adultery. Kemi did this, Kemi did that. And I sat down 6 months, 3 times in prison with the world thinking that I wrote something that I did not, something that was sent to me. And they even deleted it off my phone when they seized the phone. They went into the Instagram, found it in the inbox, deleted it. The police did that. Fraudulent. And what did I do? I contacted my son, who contacted Facebook legal department through Toronto Police. Thank you, Toronto Police. Officer Scott Mills, the social media officer, gave all the contacts, and Facebook legal heard from my son that my mother's in prison in Nigeria. Please read the Punch newspapers. Everything's there. There's a critical part of her case that was deleted. That was the only evidence I had. The police had deleted it. Justin said he didn't do it. Between all the SARS officers, one of them deleted it so that I wouldn't have the evidence to present in court. Instagram found it because Facebook owns Instagram. Instagram found it in their server. If you delete something on your Instagram inbox or your Facebook inbox or your Twitter inbox, it's gone forever, right? Right? No, it's gone into their server. They found it, they put it back, and they reset the password. So when the police went into the Instagram, they couldn't get back into my Instagram again. My son had it all changed, and they gave the password to my son. We printed it, we brought it to court, and the defense was about to open. The contents of this 8 pages is very damaging to Pastor Ibiumi and his church. Let me tell you right now. I told you he has a copy. It's very, very damaging. It is serious libel if it's published by somebody. It is defamation in the worst form if it's not true, and it could bring Salvation Ministry down. I attended Salvation Ministry for about 6 weeks in Port Harcourt before I came home, and I attended it for about 2 months in Ibadan before I stopped. This church is built on a very huge foundation. For the first time, I'm going to say this, there were 2 Nollywood actresses in this letter. The other person will shock you. When I go back and read this letter, it's not with me. Like I said, he has a printed copy and it's on somebody's server. I'm not going to say who it is. Okay? And the person is a big server. Apple, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It's on one of the social media servers. I know all of them. I know Zuckerberg. I know Jack Dorsey, Twitter. Kevin Systrom, Instagram. I know these guys. I started social media in 1989. And I was a beta tester at Facebook. I know all these guys. One of them has it secretly on their server, like a safe. When I die, they're not supposed to release it. When I commit suicide, they're not supposed to release it. It's just kept there like a bank. You can't burn it. You can't destroy it. It's just there. You can't get into my phone and find it. You can't hack into my accounts and find it. You wouldn't find it. It's a very important document. And when you're saying that something is a lie, Pastor Ibiumi said it is a lie. I don't know these people. That second Nollywood actress in the letter, when I read it over and over and over again, it seems like that second actress wrote that letter to mess up Iyabojo and lie that she was having an affair with the pastor and all this car shit. It's somebody that you all know, you'll never know from me. Continue worshiping all the girls in Nollywood. You see all that Ibiumi stuff? I don't know who sent it to me. But a month after, someone called me in Port Harcourt and said, Kemi, are you sure? You went to become born again in Ibiomi's church. I used to work there. Are you sure of that information? I said, who are you? He said, I used to work there. I used to work there. You're still working there. Go and look at the end of my testimony. What did I say? If your friend, family, or a member of this church, may God deal with you mercilessly. That's what I said. And then I was about to step down on the altar when the guy said, no, you can't go there. I looked at him and said, says who? I walked down the altar and I knelt down in front of PC Ibiumi, Pastor Ibiumi's wife, to hug her, to tell her that I was sorry for what they went through, because Pastor Ibiumi told me what they went through, and I told him what I went through. I don't have to tell him. He knew. But from the minute that pastor found out that I did not write that stuff and I got it, he said, Kemi, we've already forgiven you a long time ago. You want to know what I said to Peace when I knelt down in front of her? Kemi, we forgave you a long time ago. That's why she was smiling. I broke every rule in Salvation Ministry. I told the testimony guy not to stop me. I went down. Pastor Ibiumi was not there. So Daily Post, your fake news. Kemi kneels, begs Pastor Ibiumi. Was that Pastor Ibiumi, David Ibiumi, that I was kneeling for his wife? Like I said, I didn't go there to confess anything. I went there to testify to God that there can be a change in this case. Rather than fight them, they're locking me up. They're giving me bail conditions that are tough. I have no Rivers surety, let alone level 24. The other surety that was level 24 was a radio station, OAP. They told him to leave. The Yoruba lawyer that betrayed me, Fatai Lawal, who we fired, was romancing the prosecution so much that he was allegedly paid, I heard, by the other lawyers. Who would meet Fatai tell my shorties to withdraw? Kemi didn't come to court. We gave you a medical letter to give the judge. You didn't. So they arrested me. And then there was a fight in front of the courthouse. They tore my lawyer's clothes up. They wanted to grab me into the SARS vehicle to assassinate me. That's what one of the assassins in the prisons told me. One assassin girl in the prison, charged with assassination. Oluchi said, that's the style that they used to assassinate you. They'll grab you and they put you in a car and then they'll just shoot you when you get to SARS. But I escaped. I ran into the toilets. I started on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram Live. You guys watched it. Before I went to Salvation Ministry on the 14th of March, before I was arrested, I went to Mass every Sunday, Our Lady of Wisdom in UI, University of Ibadan. And I still went to Mass on the 12th of March. And what happened was, when I was arrested, and I spent 81 days in prison, nobody asked for me. The church didn't ask for me. They knew me as a prominent member. I've been worshiping there in the Catholic Church since I was a kid. To my childhood Catholic church. That's where I used to go. It was behind our house. There was a lady that I knew in the women's section. They were always calling me to come and be a guest in their committee, on their high table stuff, everything, because they knew I wanted to run for governor. They just needed money, and I know the whole routine of church. No one knew me when they arrested me. Nobody knew me anymore. Nobody contacted me. The Catholic Church. With how I stood by the Catholic Church in the United States, I grew up in the Catholic Church in the United States. I stood up and I stood by the pastors, the priests, during the scandal, the child scandal, the sex scandals with the boys. And look at that recent one in South America. I always stood by the Catholic Church. And my son was baptized by the Pope, Pope John Paul II, the late Pope. He visited Philadelphia, and I was about to baptize my child. And he was baptized by the Pope. Very lucky. The Holy Father baptized my son. Somebody said on free speech that I'm in delusions. May your life be in delusions. Anytime I utter a curse out of my mouth, it happens. Some of you bastards who think I'm making things up. It's no big deal to be baptized by the Pope. You just have to be in the right place at the right time. Many of you will never progress in your life with all your comments on social media. You're destined for hell. Now, beware of the Ides of March. Shakespeare said. The Ides of March is when I was arrested, 1415. They released me June 5th. They said I didn't perfect the magistrate bail, that I was miraculously released. My case was a federal case. They moved it over there. They said that the chief of the prisons must show up. Mr. Loveday Omu, OMU. Oga Omu came. Oga Omu went to ask them to find the warrant. There was no warrant. When they brought the warrant to him in his office, I was there with him. They brought me from my cell. The warrant had X on it. Cancelled warrant. Kemi is in federal court. She doesn't have a magistrate case. They arrested me. They needed $100,000 to perfect the bail. I didn't want to spend the night in prison. I was begging you guys, please, somebody raise $100,000. All my stuff is in the hotel. Shola Awosokwe and 3 fans raised that money from London and America. They gave it to Fatai Lawal, that stupid lawyer that got bribed by some people in the prosecution, allegedly. That money went to my account. He took my ATM card from me and he went. You saw the pictures of me in the holding cell, everything. The next day I went home. Then he did not submit my medical letter. They rearrested me. in October when I went to federal court. Federal court judge was getting angry too at the way they did all this stuff. Shouted at Fatai many times. What is keeping this woman here? 81 days. Fatai had been doing his bribery stuff for a long time. That's why I called out the court register. Go Google it and look at Sahara reporters. Kemi Olunloyo calls out deputy court register that she's been paid by special interest not to process her bill. They didn't process my bill. They wanted my passport. My passport wasn't in Ibadan. That took me another 3 weeks. They had to go look for my passport. They couldn't find it anyway. My mother said they need to talk. She needs to talk to me. Ogamu came to the cell to give me his phone to talk to my mother. Describe where the passport was. I had to be walking my mother. Mommy, go upstairs to the right. Take the key. Go to my house to the right. That suitcase, the blue one, the one on top of it. You sent your own mother to all your personal areas in your room. And the passport came to Port Harcourt. That alone kept me another 3 weeks in prison. And then Linda Ikeji had to open her mouth and say she was languishing in prison when nobody was there to help her. Linda, that was what hurt me, that I said, take your stupid 100,000 and call the ritual money for your womb. That's why I called your money ritual money. And though you call me languishing, and then you say when there was nobody to help me, you insulted my family members, my mother who ran around for this. I did not let my dad into my case because I didn't want the students of mass comm to think that I left because I used power. One day they'll have to remember that. When I let my father at least do something, he sent Afe Babalola the SAN and said, I have an office in Port Harcourt. I'll send one of my lawyers. That's when Fatai Lawa came in, the Yoruba guy. And what happened next? He was the one that destroyed the case and put me in prison so many times. So Linda should apologize for that word languishing, because you don't know when it could be your turn. Linda, there were 30 people inside that petition. The one guy they arrested was Rivers today, Samuel Wilson. They went to his office and just arrested him. He went to prison too with me. He was released before me because he apologized to Pastor Ibiyumi, and they let him go. I did not apologize. I wanted to go to trial, and that's why I was there longer. My dear, just my passport kept me another 3 weeks. You don't know why I was there. It wasn't a matter of money. 1 million naira. The 1 million naira bill was paid by Kayode Ajulo, the top lawyer. So it wasn't money keeping me. I wanted money for travel, legal expenses, so that when I come out of prison, I have to come to court. All that up and down in the plane. That's what you donated money for. I should never have announced it for anyone. I did it so I can improve your brand. Yes, improve your brand. I should never have even announced it. When I announced it, I thanked you in a video. A year later, I didn't know you would tell Punch that I was languishing when there was nobody to help me. Who are you? Did you help me, Linda? Did you help me throughout? You gave me 100,000. I appreciated it. I told you that. Jungululu Briggs gave me 850,000. There were people who gave me more at that time. It hurt me, Linda. And you were very lucky because of what happened in 2013. When you reported that I had guns in my house, they were not in Canada. The bloggers reported that wrong again. It was in here. They raided my house. They wanted to see everything. But you told me you liked me a lot. I'm starting to like you, Madam KOO. Okay, I promise. I would never write about you again. Remember your sarcastic tweets, Linda? Linda wrote a sarcastic tweet and she said she will never blog about me again. She kept to her word. She has never blogged about me again. Lots of celebrities want Linda never to blog about them again, but that's not going to happen. In my own case, she kept her word because I wasn't going to take it. I'm not having it. She's told Channels News that she was following my footsteps. I was the first pioneer blogger. I'm one of America's top 10 pioneer bloggers. I'm the first in Nigeria. And I'm so glad she said she was following my footsteps. She's a successful media professional today, even though I still think Linda should go and get a degree in mass communications. She's running a big media firm now. And she started as a blogger. Okay, well, we know that Bill Gates didn't go to school or he dropped out somewhere. Even the guy with Apple, Steve Jobs, even Mark Zuckerberg, they didn't finish school or they didn't go or something or the other. And they're the big owners of Microsoft, Facebook, and all that now. Linda doesn't necessarily have to go to school for mass comm, but I recommend she gets that degree. That way she can really know the ethics of running a media company, because they will steal under her and they will destroy her company easy with bickering and backstabbing. So she should know every facet of that business. And it's not just the money part. That's why I say she should try and take that mass comm thing. So, Linda, there were people helping me. 3 weeks just because the passport hadn't arrived. No judge will sign the bail. So at the end of the day, they locked me up. I was released the next day. And then they locked me up again because I didn't come to court. I had typhoid. The water I drank in prison had sand in it. You get the water and you let it settle by your bed. When it settled, the earthworms in the bottom and the sand, and then you drink the water. The Gary smelled like urine because the men pee at the back where the Gary is, where they pack it. I said that on TVC and you guys saw it. The rice and the beans, no stew, nothing. We had to cook our own. Had hair in it, nails, everything. We were treated like animals. Vice President Osinbajo said, anyone that goes to Port Harcourt prison comes out like an animal. Yes, I am like an animal. People were scared to come near me. In my house, outside, I would scream and yell. What happened in Cocoa House last week in Ibadan? Was seen by a lot of people. One boy was videotaping it. I looked at him. I said, did you videotape it? He said, yes. I said, go and post it on YouTube and tag me. I was about to break the gates of Cocoa House when I went to ShopRite for 2 hours. 2 hours is 100 naira. After 2 hours, it becomes 200 naira. I parked at 10:18, 12:18, it became 2 hours. I came out of ShopRite at 12:20, 5 minutes, and the girl said 200. I said, I'm not giving you 200. Aside from the fact that I didn't even have cash left on me anymore, I used ATM to balance the thing, and I was just going home. I could stop at an ATM on my way if I needed cash. Aside from that, the fact was that 5 minutes, a man came up and said, yeah, 5 minutes, you're going to pay. I said, who are you screaming at? I'm not paying anything. You hear me? Open that gate or I'll break it down. The driver was in the car. He said, yeah, don't go in. You're going to pay. Lay, get down. Come over here. I went to the driver's seat and I was about to ram through. I don't care. I don't. That's a flight or fight response. A fight or flight response when you have PTSD. Okay, the post-traumatic stress disorder. I've told you all the flashback of traumatic events in my life. I've told you lightning, my face burning, everything. They all come back. Okay, I saw spirits in the prison. I saw dead bodies in the prison. I saw executed people in the prison. I saw a woman die, bleeding with HIV, pregnant, lost her baby next to me. I saw a lot. I saw a guy bashed in the head. I saw a guy that's spending life scattered in the head by somebody who just came in. I saw militants. I saw armed robbers. I saw everything in Port Harcourt prison. Then I came out and the staff is saying that I have not spoken to them. Kemi doesn't call us anymore. One of the armed squad guys said, Kemi, you declined my call. I'm declining everybody's call. I don't want to hear anything about Port Harcourt. No Port Harcourt. No Port Harcourt prison. No Port Harcourt. No anything Port Harcourt. People say, what happened? I'm going through PTSD. June is PTSD Awareness Month. Today's the last day. Post-traumatic stress disorder. It's not a mental illness. It's not depression. It's not anxiety. It's not manic depression, bipolar. It's not schizophrenia. I don't hear voices. It is a disorder. It's not an illness. It's a disorder. It happens to people that go to war. They come from war. They go to war because they're supposed to go and kill the enemy, and they come back and they kill everybody. Just type it in, U.S. military, post-traumatic stress disorder, shooting. The guy came from the Iraq war, shot almost 40 people at the military base. It's something that I can't describe. And one day you wake up, flight or fight symptoms, suicide, you want to kill yourself. Then I start listening to X music. I tell my son, give me the music, give me sad by Temptation. X was killed 2 weeks ago. XXX Temptation, the rapper in America. Just like many of his fans said, X music helped them when they were suicidal. When I hear his music, I feel better. This case left me penniless. I lost $5 million. The accountant in New York said, from what I see, your adverse revenues your social media revenues, your comments. Don't compare me to Linda. Linda does a different thing. Okay. Linda has over 1 million on Twitter. She's not verified. She doesn't have an official Facebook page. Somebody's running a page for her. They're not verified. The only verified page she has is her personal Instagram. Even her blog page is not verified. Verification is just for branding and impersonation. Yes, I was verified in Twitter and Facebook. Those are my work pages. I make money just posting a story. I make money when I post something and you get 56 comments. Ignorance. When I post something about Biafra, IPOB people will post and call me names, Ashawo, crazy, mad woman. I'll get 100 comments and I'll make money off it. That's how I make my money. Ads, revenues, wages, assignments. They call me, Kemi, we need you to cover Las Vegas. They called me for Las Vegas. The guy was on the 30th floor, shot 30,000 people in a concert and 50 died. Associated Press, Reuters, BBC. I do freelance work. When they call me like that, I just fly. I got my visa. If I need a visa for the country, I have my airfare, hotel, everything. I came out of prison when Las Vegas happened. And you know what I had to tell? The press, AP, Reuters, I can't take the assignment. And they give you money, dollars. I can't take the assignment. I just got released from prison, and one of my bail conditions is that I can't travel. They took my passport. Look what I did to get my passport back. I did Love, who's been paying my mental health bills. I've run out now. He's paid for the last month and a half. Maybe he'll give me more money to continue. And I was trying to raise money. I'm trying to raise $250,000 instead of $400,000 they want in Dubai. And I've only raised $400. Everybody abroad that calls themselves my fan, Yoruba, Igbo, name it. You can't send $20, $50, nothing, because nobody likes me. But when I die or I take my own life, I saw 1,000 comments. Don't kill yourself, don't kill yourself. If I kill myself, it doesn't matter. Suicide is an option for me. It's always an option. What are you going to do if I die? Is it going to change your bank account? You just put RIP, that's all. Nothing more. I've gone. And you can live with the rest of Nigerians' problems. Psychotherapy is what you need when you have PTSD, a lot of it, extensive. Google PTSD and know what's happening. While I was in River State, I met with so many people. I met the Dieter Spiffs, I met the Graham Douglases, I met Prince Anaps, the guy that did the... Tony used to be in PDP, then he went to APC. Tony, I wrote him Big Friends. He's the one that did the movie. The guy that did the... Tony used to be in PDP, then he went to APC. Tony, I wrote him... I met a lot of people in Port Harcourt. They're very different. They have their own culture. They have their tribes, and their tribes are very tribalistic. In the prison, that's when I discovered that one. Those Andoni girls didn't like the Ogoni girl. Nobody liked the Ogonis. Okay, the Query girls didn't like the Ogonis. They fought all the time. All of them didn't like the Igbo girls in prison. The Andoni girls were like mumus. They didn't do much. The Ogonis were very proud, and I can see why people don't like them. The Aquarius and the Calabaris were always fighting them. So when I left the prison, I saw the same kind of manner of things outside. But I met a lot of their families and a lot of prominent families and all that. But I met 3 Rivers governors. To my shock, which I'm going to tell you right now. Was praying against me. The journalist that was to bring the BOM down. I heard from several people, and I can understand why that was going on, because I became a member of that church, and I always hear some serious prayers in that church against the enemies. Pray for the enemy who wants to stop David Ibiomi, his family, his word of God. You just take 5 minutes and we pray. We pray. I like the fashion of praying for the church. A church that prays for itself. I said it in my testimony. You know, in my testimony, I wasn't crying on the stage. But if you look at it again, I was looking down. I had a script and I went through that script. I asked for the testimony. No one asked me. to do the testimony. I said it twice during the testimony. They have not paid me because I heard people have been paid for testimonies in churches. I asked to do it. But before I go there, say the wrong things because, of course, the whole world is scared of Kemi. I went through it with them. But when I got up there, I went off script. I just talked. Don't let the devil use you. The devil used me. Somebody used the advantage of me being a good journalist to make me do the investigation. I charged for investigations, but I didn't charge for this one. I didn't know who was sending me the stuff. You don't charge all the time if you're an independent journalist. You might want to investigate something. And the independent journalists are the ones that get the facts. The person watching for Punch, Tribune, and BBC and NTA may not have enough leverage. There are many things they cannot cover. They have gag orders, even at the BBC. You know? If I want to really, really investigate what killed Juliet Tinubu or Deji Tinubu, both of them slumped and died. God bless their souls. I love those guys. But if somebody came out and said, oh, Jide was poisoned, blah, blah, do you think it's a TVC reporter they're going to send to go investigate that? When the chairman of TVC and the owner is a Tinubu. Do you understand? The father of the... You know, there's just ways things are done. I'm giving you an example. So, at the end of the day, please, if you're still watching this video, it's not 1.5 hours long. I will make it 2 hours. The critical part of this video is coming. I've cried a lot. Somebody was the devil that used me. And that person is a journalist or a member of that church or a Nollywood actress. I don't know who it is, but I have so many suspects that I decided I don't care who it was, but they used me as a good journalist to investigate something that possibly wasn't there. I said that in my testimony. To investigate something that wasn't there, a lie against a pastor. If the police had let me investigate it, it wouldn't have gotten to that stage. I came in a police car and I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be a member of this church. I said it to you guys. Some of the members of the church who said I got born again in the church probably didn't know I got born again in the prison. And then I came to renew that in the church. So let's just clarify that now. I actually did a contest about that. Nobody got it right. It was in the prison. And then I had Pastor Ibiomi do it well. So now I hate Jesus, right? And I like Prophet Muhammad. I'm now Muslim. No. Jesus and Muhammad, they're possibly middlemen. Allah is my God. God is my Allah. When I looked into Pastor Ibiomi's eyes, he said that he did not know Iyabojo. He did not do any of those. I don't even know who she is. You know, I know what I looked into. Pastor Ibiomi is a genuine man of God. He touched me. An ailment that I've had for 51 years vanished. Yeah. So if you watch Salvation Ministry and you see all this stuff, people from sickle cell are going to AA and all that, say what you want to say, believe what you want to believe. That's your issue. But I know what I experienced. And if you thought, this person that keeps calling me saying that they were journalists that used to work there, if you think that I don't know what I'm saying, or if you are that girl from Nollywood in the letter who could have possibly written the letter to make Yabo look bad or whatnot, I don't know who sent me that letter. I may never know. Don't come telling me that the contents may be right. Don't. Because you should have been speaking to me in that inbox. It's a fake inbox, right? When I was arrested the first time, I came out, I said, hello, Tipster, see what happened to me. They locked me up 81 days. The person never replied me again. Second time, same thing. January I was released. Third time, the email, they never responded anymore. The account, private, fake account, 0 followers. I don't know. That's my only proof to tell you that if you cannot stand up for me and have me jailed, you're a liar. You lied about that pastor, whoever you are. Don't call me again. I have your name, I have your number. Go to the police. Go to Pastor Biomi and ask for forgiveness. Because I suffered. I'm the one that suffered. Don't ask me for forgiveness because I laid a curse. And whenever I lay a curse, it happens. Like I said, that Eniola Badmos is going to die before me. I mean it. When your blood pressure went up and they admitted you and you almost died in that hospital, you didn't learn a lesson. You told me to go home. Earth is already full. People, be very careful how you talk to me these days on social media. I'm not going to tolerate it. I am going through a flight or fight syndrome right now. A very, very bad side effect of PTSD. And I left a prison where a vice president said, you become an animal. And I am an animal. I can harm somebody. I've never thought about it. I can shoot somebody now if I had a gun. I need treatment. I need to go abroad and get treated for a year. My GoFundMe is looking for $150,000 now from $250,000. It went down. Thank you to the people that sent me some money in Naira to First Bank. My account number is posted everywhere online, 3020-832-750. 3020-832-750. Some of you said that I left Christianity to beg Muslims for money. Those Alhajis have money. You're bastards for saying that. You will never progress. You would never do well for saying that. I left one religion for another because of my donations for PTSD. You will die a horrible death. Hell awaits you. I did not leave for money. I left because Christianity has brought me enough turmoil. I came out of prison the third time. Somebody told me that one of the fathers in the Catholic Church was asking for me. You never asked for me while I was in prison 3 times. You want me to come to Mass in the morning and then go to Salvation Ministry later? No. I was doing that, but it ended. I left Salvation. I posted that message and I said, my heart is just falling. I have had a nervous breakdown. Do you remember when I said that in April? I met someone, a big Hollywood figure, not Hollywood, Nollywood figure, a real person in Nollywood who knows the actress and the pastor in my case. That person called me and said to me face to face that he was very upset about the way they treated me. They locked me up over and over and over. The person said, Kemi, we all know that they knew each other. They allegedly had an affair. They did this, they did that. I said to him, I don't care. It is my past now. If you all knew all this stuff you're saying now, why didn't you come forward when I was locked up? Why didn't you get me out of prison? Why didn't you stand up for me? Pastor Ibiomi told me he doesn't know Yabo. I have never spoken to Yabo. I have no reason to. I have no need to. I am damaged. I am penniless. I have no money for my medical care. I have no money for food. I have medical issues aside from my brain. I am trying to cope by posting on social media light news items, things that I do in the house, cooking, baking, just to revive myself back. According to my psychotherapist, 50,000 naira every week. Ade Love has paid for the last 6 weeks, 300,000. Philanthropist. Meanwhile, you're all telling me that I should go beg Linda Keji for calling her money ritual money. Linda did wrong by saying I was languishing. I did a video and I actually begged her. Apologize for even calling. I appreciated her money. I've done that. So now I have to apologize to her because of Hush Puppy's money. Hush Puppy said he'll give me money in his own power. You didn't read it well. If he had the power to, I'll give you money to your medical. Hush Puppy tells you he has money. Hush Puppy shows you cars, Gucci, cash, everything. But has he ever said to you by mouth, I have this money or this money is mine? Whatever is happening, I apologize to Linda because it was the right thing to do. Linda could have gone to prison too because if she was listed in those bloggers that Pastor Biomi wanted arrested, like they arrested me and the Rivers guy just syndicated my stuff. The others, Nige, Nairaland, Yaba Left, all these guys were on the list. If they caught them, nobody knows who's running them. Do you know who's running? Nige is okay. Sean Shewa runs Nairaland. I think he's in London. Yaba Left online. I don't know who's behind that. Lori Supergirl, that was Tosin Ajibade. But certain people did not syndicate. Linda did not. Why didn't Linda syndicate my story? Because she promised me in 2013 she will never blog about me again and kept to that promise. If she continued blogging about me, she would have carried that story and they would have arrested Linda Ikeja. She would have been in prison. That's what I was talking about. You never know who can be in prison. So don't ever say I'm languishing in prison. That's what I wanted you guys to know. She could have been in prison too. What you have today, you may not have it tomorrow. If you get out in your car and go out, you could be burnt in the highway because a tanker lost its load and petroleum came all over the place. Pray to God before you come out. Tell your children you love them. I told my son I loved him. Every day before he goes to school, 7 a.m. he comes here, wakes me up. Mommy, going to school now, I pray. Dibanj, did he say goodbye to his son? Did he hug him? Yes. Maybe no. I don't know. But hug your children before you leave. Because when I left, KJ did not see me again for 3 months. He went through a lot. He started abusing people in the school on Facebook. I hate my school and everyone in it. The vice principal ended up saying your head is not correct. People started yapping the vice principal at my son's place, saying, don't you know his mother is in prison because of your stupid country? That's people in Canada. So many things happened. I almost got her fired. She apologized in writing. And then again it happened, 90 days. My son told me goodbye. I'm going to court. Never came back. You don't know where you'll be tomorrow. You don't. Be good to people. Stop abusing me. Let me speak my mind. And I know you're waiting to know why I actually left. The turmoil I had with Christianity, the Catholic Church didn't ask for me. In America, where I grew up, you know the line when I say, you know, it's something serious coming. Churches are the ones that help you when you go to prison, when you have been arrested. They even get you a lawyer. Churches help you in America, especially if you're even a prominent person. They're the ones. The churches ignored me here. People were saying, what did you want me to do for you? I left Port Harcourt. A pastor called me. I wouldn't mention her name. A prison pastor. She's a big pastor outside. She's in one of those full gospel churches. Kemi, how are you? You're home. Yeah. How did you get home? Earpiece. Yeah, I mean, who paid for your ticket? Earpiece. They gave me free ticket, complimentary. Wait a minute. Pastor Biomi didn't pay for your ticket. I said, why? You should have paid for it. Did you ask him? Why would I ask him? He would have paid for it. Have you asked him for help? You lost a lot. You lost your business. I said, no, I haven't asked him for anything. I'm interested in Salvation Ministries, TV, radio, and all the media. I did interviews for them. They interviewed me at the magazine. They interviewed me at radio, TV, even though I never saw all the coverage. I only saw the coverage of my testimonies for the asthma one and the case one. And, you know, pastors are calling me left and right, telling me to call the BOMs, that they'll give me anything I want. I have never done that. Some are saying, why should she call her? Don't they know they should be helping her after what she went through? And now she's going through a medical issue. I don't know. The turmoil is too much for me. I can't deal with it anymore. Some of the women in that church that are getting jealous, close to me, didn't like the way the church was giving me attention. Whenever the service starts on Sunday, they'll look at me, they'll eye me, side eye. One of them, somebody wrote this letter. I don't have friends in Salvation Ministry. Something in Salvation Ministry doesn't look right. The devil is inside Salvation Ministry. The devil is inside Salvation Ministry. They are still trying to destroy Pastor Ibiomi. And the prayers that church prays always centers around him and his family. And so that God cannot let it happen is why they pray those prayers. Something phenomenal is about to happen in that church. I have ESP. I have prophetic abilities. Maybe God gave it to me. I haven't put it to work yet in business, like TB Joshua, open my own church. But I'm not a pastor. I'm just saying something phenomenal is about to happen in Salvation Ministry, Port Harcourt headquarters. They're building a huge cathedral, fantastic building. I went to see it. I went to videotape it. I tweeted, I posted on Instagram on their 5 Nights of Glory, 5 NOG. People were saying that I did a better job than the Salvation Ministry media people. I know my work. Doesn't matter. People were saying, he gave me 10 million or millions to do that kind of professional work. Pastor Biomi didn't give me any money. I never asked him for anything. I was just doing the work the Lord sent me. I left Port Harcourt. Before I left, I saw his wife. She said I should come to the Thursday service. They're praying for all the special people in the church, especially certain people, and I'm one of them. I went. They prayed for me, and I left Port Harcourt. I went home because it was time for me to go home. I had not seen my family and my child, and I wanted to relocate back to Port Harcourt, move there. My father fell ill, and I could not go. I was taking care of my dad. And as a testimony will go, I was leaving Bodija, coming home to Agodi where I'd live, when this billboard, humongous, says Salvation Ministry is now in Ibadan. I was like, God is good. Now I don't have to move. So I wanted to be part of the Ibadan church, be an usher, welcome people. I started doing that in the church. Even in the Ibadan church, certain people didn't like me. They knew, oh, this is her from Port Harcourt. The tone. Oh, now I used to sell the books. I used to welcome people, newcomers. Now she's taking over everything. I saw the jealousy. They had the outreach outside in Ring Road. I followed them outdoors. I went into the markets because of my being a journalist and a PR person. I went into the market. You guys saw the picture of the guys frying yam, akara. I went there to spread the word. Come and visit our church. I did that. I was enjoying what I was doing because I was working for the Lord. But people didn't like me. People started showing vibes that I didn't like. Just like those women in Port Harcourt trying to get close to me. Then they get on social media, they harass me. Every single post that somebody posted from Salvation Ministry was negative, and it was a woman. Can you keep our pastor's name off your mouth? I will never forget my case. Whenever I speak of my case, I say, oh, during my case, Pastor Ibiomi ordered me. I still would talk about it forever. Keep our pastor's name off your mouth. Keep it, just all kinds of rubbish. I just block them. I don't want to see women from Salvation Ministry or any member from Salvation Ministry in my social media pages come in there to insult me. There's some in there that, I saw your testimony. There's some on Twitter right now. But you came to our church. I saw your testimony when you came to apologize. Apologize to who? I came to apologize to God for letting the devil use me. But did the devil really use me? Was the content of that letter really correct? Like that big Nollywood person said to Kemi? Kemi, they knew each other. Well, so you know that they knew each other. It's my past. Why did you come and tell us? Call my lawyer, call the judge, somebody. Let me move on with my life. The turmoil is too much. So when my heart went down was when I called that governor. I told you I met 3 Rivers governors in Port Harcourt. And I also met one that came to another person's house, Bayelsos Dixon, Seriake, very good guy. Seriake Dixon. That's your president one day in this country. Maybe I'll be his vice president. But Seriake Dixon, Bayelsa governor, total star, big star. I saw him at someone's house. He came to see a politician, not mentioning names. One of the governors I spoke to, I visited when I was in Port Harcourt. Thank you, Tom. Tom was the one that took me to all these people. When he said to me, the whole church was praying against you, I said, I know that. Many people told me that. He just whispered, he said, they were trying to eliminate you. What? They were trying to eliminate you. When he told me over the phone, I said, I'm coming to your house now. I went to that governor's house. Bear with me. This is a past governor of River State. I wouldn't tell you which one. You cannot even know. I saw 3. They were trying to eliminate. Who's they? Who? Pastor Ibiomi, his lawyers, his boys, his staff. Who? That's what you saw on my GoFundMe. Some people say, oh, Ibiomi's boys. Please don't affiliate killers, assassins, and bad people with David Ibiomi. We're dealing with that now with Saraki. I'm not taking Saraki's side, and I'm not taking those armed robbers' side. Those armed robbers are mentioning Saraki's name. He gave them car, gun, this one. There are other politicians who may have paid them to mention Saraki's name. There's a lot of things like this that happen. Some people say, oh, Ibiomi's boys. Ibiomi's boys could be just people who go to the church, who are billionaires, millionaires, whatever. They could be just people who like him. You know what I mean? They could be just people who like him, who don't like me and think I'm trying to mess him up. It's just like this young man that went 2 days ago and killed entire newsroom in America. Capital Gazette, 6 journalists, 5 journalists shot to death because the paper was anti-Trump rhetoric and he's a Trump supporter and he's a Spanish guy and this and that. Did Trump send him? What I heard was that they were trying to eliminate me. This governor of River State said they were trying to eliminate me, which corroborates what I accused SARS and Justin for. that third arrest that they grabbed me, that guy came in bulletproof, took off his stuff, and came to the gate and waited for me and my lawyer. And wanted to throw me into a waiting car. And then what you read on my GoFundMe is exactly what that governor told me. As they take you to the SARS office and take you back to prison, gunfire will rain into the police vehicle. You will die. They'll say armed robbers did it and make it look like an accident. The police will be the one doing the shooting. The people in that police vehicle with you wouldn't die because they have bulletproof on. You see what I'm saying? So they were really trying to kill me on behalf of who? On behalf of Salvation Ministries? On behalf of the case? On behalf of who? Pastor Biyomi did not order my assassination. He did not. Neither did his wife. Neither did his lawyers. But if somebody in that church tried to assassinate me because of him, or their obsession with him, and their obsession with hating me, may God deal with you mercilessly. That is part of the stuff that brought me down, that I announced that I've had a nervous breakdown. And in the middle of April, I stopped going to Salvation Ministries in Ibadan. Pastor Akode has called me. Ezekiel has called me. They've called me. I finally recorded my voice in a message and sent it to them. I'm going through challenges. It is unlike you, Kemi, not to come to church. I'm no longer coming. I stopped going to Salvation Ministry in April. I want to speak to Pastor Biyomi. I told them, I call Port Harcourt, the contacts I have in the Port Harcourt, the prominent people in the Port Harcourt ones, I contacted them. I told the pastors in Ibadan, I want to meet with Pastor Biyomi. I want to talk to him. They blocked all channels of communication. They did not respond to me. The pastors that have been calling me in Ibadan for so long did not respond to me. The Port Harcourt pastors that you saw on TV, they did not respond to me. The line of communication I had with David Biyomi, blocked, no access. The Catholic Church never responded to me. I'm already dealing with fans who left me. I'm already dealing with fans who left me because I forgave Pastor Biyomi for his jailing me. Pastor Biyomi told me to read 2 Timothy, Saul to Paul. I did that. He said, I'm going to be elevated this year from here to here. That's how he did his head, from here to here. And I'm telling you, I will be elevated. Wait till August. They blocked my access to him. If he's watching this video now, he knows now. He may not have known. What did I wanted to ask him about? Money? An assassination attempt, which I already suspected? What did I want to ask him about? Just Pastor Femi Emmanuel came to Salvation Ministry during the 5 Nights of Glory. My family members said he did not do anything. A prominent Ibadan pastor. Many reached out to him. He did not do anything during the time they were trying to get me out. Did not want to get involved. Pastor Emmanuel told me at Salvation Ministry when he came to come and do Thanksgiving at his church when he saw me out of prison after my testimony. People that are not there for you will come up and now want the fame to use you. Very disappointed with him. People that deserted me. Oyo NUJ, Nigeria Union of Journalists, in the national level said nothing. Oyo said nothing. I wasn't surprised because female journalists are not respected in this country.
I need money. They said I went to change religion because I need money. No. Why do I have to go back to Our Lady of Wisdom? Why can't I go to St. Joseph near my school, Catholic Church? Why can't I go to another church? It's not a church. It's the doctrine that Christianity teaches. You say that it's my private business and we don't care and you're confused. Don't announce to us that you're Muslim, but you guys can pull me to the altar and tell me to come and say I'm born again in front of millions. The church failed me. Christianity failed me. My video is 2 minutes. If you want to donate for my medical fund, you can do that. Today is the last day of my 4-week fundraiser. I didn't make the goal. I will send the fundraiser to Monster Funder, but I have to pay them. I think it's $50 for them to tweet it like 100 times to complete strangers, but I don't know. My first bank account is 3020-832-750. It's also posted on this video. My GoFundMe link is also posted, and my PayPal is hnnafricannews@live.com. My daily routine: I wake up, I bathe, I brush, I turn on the TV, I watch, I tweet, I retweet. I lost my website. I can't blog, can't write stories. I don't even have the energy. I watch TVC all day. Some days I think about putting together a show, show it to Andrew and Mariah. It's a way of coming back and probably have my own TV show. Radio stations wouldn't hire me. They're scared. I thought at first it's the money I'm going to be asking them because my voice is the best. #1 in Canada, #5 in America, and possibly #1 in Nigeria. You guys tell me. Somebody told me that they're scared to hire me because they don't know what I'll say. Everybody's scared of me. That's what my father told me. Somebody called my father yesterday from Abuja. I wouldn't tell you who it is. Big politician. Person said your daughter should be the next Minister of Information for Nigeria. You never know. Well, the next U.S. ambassador, Nigeria ambassador to the U.S. You never know. Shouldn't I be those things at this time? Person to my dad, but everybody's scared of her. Why? Because I tell the truth? And they don't like the truth? Who did Benway? Did I not tell you he wasn't the Fulani headsman? Was I not right? Did I not tell you what I saw in prison? Who sponsored the IPOB boys? Some of you are still saying nobody sponsored us. Sit down there. Did I not tell you that fake herdsmen running around with politicians' money, AKs, and cows just to look like as if they're herdsmen and then they kill entire communities, ethnic cleansing? I said it on TVC before Danjuma said it. I'm trying to remember what I want to say. We're now 2 hours. Sorry about your data. I'm not sorry. It's your data. Some of the bloggers that are going to clip some of my video here. Make sure you credit the video, because when you credit the video, just credit to HNN Africa TV, please. So I know some of you are going to go chop it. So live video is not even tagged with my logo. So please don't let me see my video on your YouTube channel. Okay, in its entirety. Don't copy my work, it's copyrighted. If you want to cut it into Instagram and take the important part that you need, do that. 1 minute. Don't cut my video into your Instagram TV. IGTV will take up to 1 hour. Don't do that. It's copyrighted. 1 minute videos, section you want. That doesn't mean you should do 51-minute videos. Credit it. Bloggers, embed it in your blog. It's long. Just tell them it's 2 hours. It is not about money. It's about the doctrines that God put down, that we must help each other. I used to give money every Easter for 5 years from Canada. I had 3 salaries, pharmacist, 5,000 a month. Excuse me, 5,000 a week, 20,000 a month. I had journalism and I had PR. I had a lot of money in dollars. And every year I'll send $100 to all my Facebook fans. $100. And I used to fill the forms out. It took me a week. Western Union forms, 100. People I didn't know. Even the woman that processed it. Oh my God, you're here again. She has to process $100 forms, maybe 3,000. Those of you that got the money, remember, it used to be like 33,000 at that time. I was not a philanthropist. I was just giving people money. One day I want to be a philanthropist. But Adelove, thank you for paying the last 300,000 of my 50,000 a week psychotherapy. Someone I've never met him when people were abusing me for PTSD. He came and said, I'll set aside millions for anti-chemist treatment. Hush Puppy didn't give me anything, even though I apologized to Linda Ikechi for doing the right thing. Hush Puppy didn't give me anything. In fact, he blocked me on Instagram. I don't know Hush Puppy. I don't know his real name. I don't know anything. Some people call him fake. Some people call him 419. Some people say he poses with cars and everything to make himself look. I don't know. I can't verify that independently. All I did was what he told me to do, and he helped me. He never did. So if you want to help me with my medical bills, I'm still looking for $150,000. Whatever you send, I know. Somebody sent me 500. Someone sent me 1,000. People are sending me little donations, but it has only added to what would be the equivalent of $2,000 if I add all the naira and all the dollars. I may not make it for treatment in America. I may just take my own life, but I hope nobody kills me like X, who wanted to take his own life, but somebody ended up killing him. I can't write my book anymore. I've told you literally what's going to be in the book. Part of it. Still a lot, but I just don't have the because each time I go back to continuing my book, I have the traumatic flashbacks. You know what it is to be sleeping and you're dreaming that you're going to be executed. The people that are your friends in the prison, who are the staff, they become executioners. They look at you. Kemi, it's time for us to kill you, to execute you. I'm not on death row. I was just being held there with convicts. Christianity has brought me turmoil, not Salvation Ministry, not Our Lady of Wisdom, not every Catholic church that I've attended, and every Anglican or Protestant or Presbyterian or Episcopal, not the churches. It's Christianity. Christians have let me down. Christians on social media are not good people. Christianity is a wicked religion. Religion is the biggest lie to mankind. Islam is a religion of peace. Radical Islam is hell bound. If you're Boko Haram, ISIS, Al-Shabaab, Al-Qaeda, don't welcome me to Islam. I don't want you around me. If you're Muslim from the northern part of Nigeria, or southern part, or eastern, and you're welcoming me, thank you. I didn't just join Islam. I have been practicing it as a child. I learned French as a child and I still speak it. Some things you learn as a child never goes. Masha Allah. Peace be with you. May Allah be with you. Thank you, everybody. Kemi, Olunloyo, Nigerian journalist, pharmacist, and PR specialist. 2 hours, 12 minutes. 212, the area code of New York. I put everything to numbers and I put numbers to everything. To all my fans, I love you. I'm at HN Africa on every social media and at Kemi Olunloyo on Instagram. I hope to come back to work in a year, 2019. I may not vote. I might be gone before then. I don't know. When I say gone, it could be if I raise the money I need, medical treatment. If I don't, take my own life, still sit here, waiting. I don't know. I don't know tomorrow. I don't know the next hour. People went out in Lagos at 4 o'clock. They didn't see 5 o'clock. They were burned to ashes on a Tadela bridge. Thank you, guys. Have a good one. June 30th, 2018. Happy new month to you tomorrow, July 1st. To my Canadian fans watching, happy Independence Day tomorrow, Canada Day, July 1st. And to my American fans, my family, my children, happy 4th of July, Independence Day in America next week.